Hi guys and welcome to today's video. So I know a lot of you out there are looking for ways to make some money, and what better ways to do that than to get an awesome job. For those of you looking, or for those of you who just want to spice up your resume a little, this video is going to go through some steps that I followed to create a really eye-catching resume. I want to make a disclaimer that I am in no way a professional, and this is purely just based on my experiences looking for jobs. I found that this resume got me the most callbacks, and along with a good cover letter and interview, led me to a job in commercial banking with no prior financial experience. And another disclaimer, I am in no way some kind of coffee expert, so please excuse this resume. I did the best I could. You can see that this resume is 2 pages long, and the first thing you see is the name of the applicant, which is really important because it will draw the employee's attention to your name, and then when they go through the resume they remember who you are. Next up are your contact details, and I can't stress how important it is to have a professional email that consists solely of your name. If your email is a nickname or a reference to a movie, it's going to make it a lot harder for the employer to remember your email address. So if you don't have one already, I highly recommend getting one. It takes 2 seconds to sign up for a Gmail or a Hotmail email address, and it'll just make yours and the employer's life a lot easier. Also, if you have a LinkedIn account, I highly recommend popping that in your contact details. This just gives the employer the opportunity to have a deeper look into who you are and what you're interested in, and really just puts you that one step ahead. When filling in employment information, make sure your structure is neat and organised. One thing I like to do is to include little logos of the places I've worked or the institutions I've studied in. This gives the reader a break from the constant black and white text that they're looking at and really draws their eyes to certain spots. Not only that, but it shows that you've really put some extra effort into creating this resume and that you're serious about the job. Always have your job role stick out more than you have the place of work. I do this because I believe that if I was looking for a employee, I would want to know what they've done, not necessarily where they've done it. Plus, you've already put the company logo, so it's likely that they don't even need to read where you're working because they've recognised that picture. If you're a job skipper, and by that I mean you've had lots of small 1 or 2 month jobs, I'd recommend excluding those from your resume and just putting in the main important pieces of information. Once you've got a call back and you're in the interview room, that will be the right time to talk about those experiences that you've had if they're relevant, and also it gives you a better opportunity to explain why they were so short-lived, so it doesn't look like you're going to run off on this employer after a couple of months. Include any qualifications you have that might be relevant to the job. This makes you even more attractive to potential employees, as it shows that you really do dedicate your time and effort towards learning and further expanding your knowledge. Also, it could be that one deciding factor between you and someone else with similar experiences. And last are your references. Now, something that I did when I was making my resume was really stress out about having my references on the page. I felt like they would look at my resume, instantly call up my boss and be like, "So, Azaria's applied for a job, what's she like?" But in reality, the process most employers go through is to read your resume, give you a call back, have the interview, and then contact your references. So they give you plenty of time and notice to really talk through with your current employer if you have one, as we all know that can be very awkward or completely fine depending on your relationship. So once your resume is complete and standing out from the pile, I have a couple more tips just to push you that little bit further ahead. Biggest and most influential thing I did when creating resumes was to tailor each resume to the job application I was applying for. So take Kate for example. She's been working as a barista in a cafe environment for years now. If she were to apply for a job as a head barista, she'd be smart to emphasise her skills in coffee making and latte art. However, if she was going for a job in a luxury cake shop, maybe she'd further enhance her abilities to present and display beautiful pastries, and her ability to build good relationships and friendships with customers. I find the best way to do this is to have 2 screens open, one with the job application and one with the resume that you're writing. Take keywords from the job application and include those into your resume. So say for example, the employer has stated that they're looking for someone with excellent communication skills. You'd be smart to take that, put that in your resume if it's true, and emphasise on why you believe excellent communication skills are really important and vital to the job. Also, if there's any specifics that they've stated, such as the ability to make beautiful latte art, make sure you definitely include that in your resume, because then you're making yourself look like the most employable person they've read about so far. Finally, make sure you save your resume in a PDF format. Not everyone has Microsoft Word or Pages, and even if they do, sometimes it'll come up different on another person's screen. Saving as a PDF avoids all this from happening and allows your resume to be seen by anyone exactly the way you'd written it. Remember that today the average employer only spends around 7 seconds scanning through a resume, so you really have to make sure yours stands out from the pile and catches their attention. You want them to come back to your resume at the end. So that's my take on creating a simple, easy to read resume that is also different and stands out from everyone else. I'll leave the link below for this template if you're interested. Make sure to stick around if you enjoyed this video. I have a lot more videos on job applications coming up. So press the subscribe button below, give this a like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!